Cynthia sat in her car, engine running, parked a few meters away from a luxurious duplex in Lekki. Phase 1, Lagos. It was a Saturday morning. The road was quiet, the air still. People were just beginning to step out for weekend errands. But Cynthia had arrived long before anyone else was watching. On the passenger seat was a black nylon bag, and inside it was a transparent plastic bottle, half filled with a clear, dangerous liquid, acid. She gripped the steering wheel tightly with one hand and wiped her face with the other. Her cheeks were damp with silent tears. She had never done anything like this before. Cynthia had always been a calm woman. She was reserved, educated, classy, a good wife, and a prayerful mother. But something had broken inside her after 5 years of silence, betrayal, and humiliation. Her husband, Obiora, had once been her pride, a billionaire oil tycoon with good morals and a soft heart, a man who once treated her like a queen until Amara. She stared at the building again, her chest heaving. Then, like a scene from a movie, Amara stepped onto the balcony wearing a short silk robe, laughing on the phone and tossing her hair back like she was living in a music video. Cynthia's chest tightened. That woman had ruined her life. Then she reached for the plastic nylon bag. She took a deep breath, turned off the engine, then opened the car door and stepped out. 6 years earlier, Amara was the kind of lady people didn't forget. After a single glance, some said she was created on a Sunday. Her figure was impossible to ignore. She had a narrow waist, wide hips, full chest, and smooth skin. But it wasn't just her body, it was the way she moved, spoke, and smiled. She knew she was beautiful, and she knew exactly how to use it. From a young age, Amara understood the power of her appearance and seduction. She grew up in a one room apartment in Asaba with her mother, who was one of the numerous baby mamas to Chief Okafor, a wealthy married businessman with houses in Delta and Abuja. Amara only saw him occasionally, usually when he brought money or food supplies. There was no love, just transactions. Men are only good for what they can give you, her mother used to say. Marriage is bondage. Get what you want and go. Amara grew up watching her mother wear skimpy clothes, waist beads, and wigs just to receive a brown envelope from a man who would never marry her. So she followed the same path, but she planned to do it better. When she got into university, she didn't bother with campus boys. They had nothing to offer, she often said. Instead, she aimed higher: businessmen, sugar daddies, older politicians. By the end of her second year, she had three sponsors. One paid her rent and gave her pocket money, another paid her tuition fees. The third took her on weekend trips to Abuja and Ghana. She never lacked. When her friends struggled with assignments, she simply smiled and said, "If you know how to treat your lecturers, you don't need to read." True enough, Amara passed her courses easily. She slept with two of her lecturers, blackmailed a third, and bribed the rest. Grades came smoothly. After graduation, one of her Abuja sugar daddies rewarded her loyalty with a fully furnished three-bedroom duplex in Lekki and a Mercedes Benz GLK. He also pulled strings to get her a job at a top real estate firm in Lagos. She was placed in the sales department, and Amara thrived there. She quickly became the firm's top realtor. She closed deals effortlessly. Rich clients found it difficult to say no to her. If charm didn't work, seduction always did. She quickly gained a reputation in the office. Most of her male colleagues had a crush on her, but she made it clear she only dated wealthy, married men. "They're more generous," she once told a colleague, "and they already have wives, so they won't disturb your peace." Amara was bold, calculated, untouchable. Her phone was always buzzing. Her sugar daddies sent her money, took her on vacations, bought her designer wares, diamond jewelries, luxury perfumes, and gadgets. She had a system. She would meet a client, flirt during the inspection routine, follow up with late night thank you messages, and if the man responded with interest, then she would strike. She closed deals, not with presentations, but with pillow talks. The company benefited, and she got her commission and more. But of course, the wives were not happy and they started calling. Some cried, some begged, some threatened and cursed. Amara would laugh and simply say, "If you didn't let yourself go, your husband won't be in my bed. Auntie, go and work on yourself." Then she hung up. That was her standard reply. Then she met Obiora. He walked into the realty firm one Thursday afternoon with his friend, the CEO. He wanted to invest in beachfront property. He was tall, dark, handsome, and clean shaven. His suit was well tailored and expensive. His perfume smelled like luxury. His voice was calm and measured. Amara was stunned and immediately interested. Obiora wasn't just wealthy, he was powerful, a known oil magnate. He wasn't like the others. He didn't stare too long, didn't fall for her flirting. When she leaned forward, he looked away, and when she stylishly invited him out, he smiled and said, "I'm married." It was the first time a man had resisted her, and that made her obsessed. Frustrated, she went to her mother for advice. "Mama, this one is different. I want him." Her mother didn't blink. Instead, she smiled and said, "We'll go and see Baba tomorrow." The herbalist was an old man in Najah who barely said much. He gave Amara a small bottle with thick liquid inside and said, "Just add 3 drops in his drink and he will be yours." Amara waited for an opportunity to meet him again, and much to her surprise, a week later, the opportunity came. Obiora came back to finalize a deal. Amara was assigned to take him on site inspections. They visited 3 properties. By afternoon, he was tired and hungry. When Amara noticed, she suggested they go out for lunch. "Let's grab lunch," she said. He hesitated. "It's just food, sir. Business lunch." Then he agreed. During the meal, he excused himself to use the restroom, and Amara seized the opportunity. She did as she was instructed. She slipped the charm into his drink. After lunch, everything changed. He called her that night and they talked for long. Within 2 weeks, he bought her a Rolex. 3 months later, he bought her a Range Rover, a luxury apartment in Banana Island, and 20 million in her account. Obiora began drifting away from his family. His wife, Cynthia, was confused. He started ignoring her, refused to talk, and avoided her touch. When she confronted him, he snapped. "Stop this nonsense, Cynthia. Not everything is about you," he said with a cold tone. Cynthia cried for nights, attended churches, prayed, and waited. One day, she followed his car and saw him drop Amara off. Her heart sank. She confronted him that night, but he exploded in rage and left. When she called Amara and tried to plead with her, "Please, I'm begging you, leave my husband alone. We've been together for 15 years. We have 2 children," she pleaded. Amara laughed and said, "Madam, please, take care of your home. Your husband is mine now." Then she hung up. That day, Cynthia broke down in the bathroom and cried for hours. For 5 years, the affair continued. Obiora became Amara's bank. She took solo vacations, wore designers, bought properties, paid her mother's debts, and even built a fashion brand. He completely forgot about his family. Cynthia became both a mother and father to their children. She paid school fees, grocery bills, fixed leaking pipes, nurtured 2 kids who began to ask why their father was never home. One evening, her son asked, Mommy, does daddy still love us? She had no answer. That night, she cried until morning. Then something inside her broke. Meanwhile, Amara grew bolder. She dated other rich men on the side while still keeping Obiora under her spell. She was young, beautiful, and powerful. Women envied her and men worshipped her. She believed nothing could touch her. Until that Saturday morning, Obiora had traveled to Dubai for a business meeting. Amara, excited for her solo weekend, stepped out onto her balcony to make plans for a lunch date with another wealthy man. She didn't see the black SUV parked across the road. She didn't know the woman inside was watching her every move. Cynthia had reached her breaking point. She stepped out of the car, acid bottle in hand. She walked toward the duplex and knocked. When Amara opened the door, smiling, dressed in a short robe and perfume lingering in the air, she barely had time to speak. Cynthia opened the can and splashed the liquid on Amara, and it hit Amara's face before the words did. Then Cynthia turned around, got into her car, and drove off. Amara screamed. The neighbors rushed out. Her neighbors tried pouring water on her face, but the damage was done. Her face had melted. Amara was rushed to the hospital. Her beautiful face, her greatest weapon, was gone. Burned beyond recognition, Obiora flew back immediately. When he saw her, he broke down. But the charm had faded. For the first time in 5 years, he realized what he had become. He returned home, but Cynthia had moved out. She filed for divorce and started over with her kids. Amara survived, but the mirror became her enemy. The woman who once walked with pride and beauty now wore a scarf and dark glasses. Her sponsors vanished. Her business collapsed. Her social media went quiet. She was forgotten.